Hi, what up my channel, and welcome back. I am Liz and you are watching Okay, so today I am going to do some unboxing of things that I have had just sitting around for a little bit because I've just been too lazy to actually unbox them. So I want to do that today and I am super excited. Okay, so this, I already know what it is from Amazon. I ordered some books and let's see, get my scissors out. Alright, so as I'm opening this, I'm gonna just, talk about what has been going on. So I have just been like so in a slump with, things are slowly opening back up, and I have been reading, but I haven't been reading as often as I usually am doing. So I've listened to a few audiobooks and I am currently reading Color Me In, which I am in love with that book. I love the book. It's a great book. So yeah. So these are some books that I had actually gotten from the library, but I'm going to be returning my library books, so I opted to buy the physical copy since I've had them. With the sad part is that I've had these books. I borrowed these books pre-corona, pre-quarantine, and although I have them still because the libraries are starting to open back up, but they're not ready to open and accept books back yet. I still have them and I still have yet to read them, which is just weird. So I've had them for at least 2 months now and I still have not read these books. Well, 3 months technically. Dang, 3 months? I've had these books for 3 months and I have not read them, and this is just pretty sad. So I just decided to say F it and just make them a part of my collection. So for one, I have Sorry Not Sorry, and this is by Jamie Reed, and it's about two girls. They were friends and then they become ex-friends, and then they have to become friends again for some reason. I don't really remember, but yeah, so have that one. And then Anger Is a Gift, and I always wanted this book anyway, so I had borrowed it from the library, and I was going to actually buy this from Barnes and Nobles, but I never got around to buying it. Anger Is a Gift by Mark Oshiro, and I'm like, I don't remember what it's about, but it just seems like a phenomenal book and I can't wait to read it. So I heard really good things about it and I borrowed this from the library. Still haven't read it, but since I have now my own copy, I can give that back to the library whenever it's available for me to return it, and I can at least tab this up. That's the only thing I hate about library books, is you can't tab them up, so you have to have like a side journal or something. You can't like do you can't highlight, you can't underline, all that good stuff. You can't put tabs in it because it's not your book. So that's the downside of a library book for me. But the upside is that you can return the book, so you don't have a million books. You don't have your own personal little library. And then the next book that I'm unboxing is my book of the month books. So I went from a couple subscriptions to just a whole year, so I figured why not. So I ordered 3 books because I was just being greedy. So I ordered 3 books this time. Usually I get 2 books, and so these. Alright, So I got One to Watch, and that is by Kate Stayman London. That's the first one. Let me actually open the whole thing. Bookmark. Okay, so One to Watch. This I think was a mystery. Real love as seen on TV. Devastating, stylish, plus-size fashion blogger who has an amazing friend, devoted family, sworn off dating altogether, and is getting intriguing calls. Main squeeze wants her to be the next star, but when the cameras start rolling, Bae realizes things are more complicated than she anticipated, and yeah, something happens. I don't really remember, but I have this one. Honestly, I don't remember ordering this one, but I guess I did. And then I have The Vanishing Half. What is it? The Vanishing Half, and this is by Brett Bennett. And I'm not sure what this was about, but I really wanted to read it, and I've heard so many good things about it. And it has something to do with a twin sister in the Deep South. And I think one is light skin and the other one is dark skin, and basically I guess is how they see the world from different points of views. I don't know. I don't really know. And then the last one is How Not to Ask a Boy to Prom, and this is by S.J. Gosley. Look how small this book is, and this is an older book. So this is a super small book. Huh. But anyway, so yeah. So these are the 3 books that I had gotten. And oh, I got it because it was the LGB rep before June. That's what I had gotten it for. That's what it was. I think. Yes, so can't wait to read those. So that's those, and add those to my collection. And then I have another book, another order from Amazon. These are other books that I had gotten from that I had actually borrowed from the library and decided to just make them part of my collection. Okay, so I have Female of the Female of the Species, and this is by Mindy McGinnis. I've heard mixed things on this, so I have to read it myself and find out if I like it or not. I have The Stars and the Blackness Between Them, and I am super excited. Like, I don't know what these fingerprints are on this book, but I always have to check the books out, especially from Amazon, because if they are not, something's wrong with them, they go back, or I file a complaint. And because I had to do that before with a book, came and it was like, I don't know what was on it, but it was disgusting, and I wrote them like, yeah, no, and they sent me a new book, and I just threw that book away because they didn't want it back. Since they didn't want it back, I didn't want it, so I threw it away because I don't know what that was. It was like some kind of substance on it. I was like, I'm good, thanks. So anyway, so this is by Janata Petrus. I know I said her name wrong, but I've heard so many good things about this book, and I'm excited to read this. And I have the library version of it, and I'm so excited I can now get that back and I can add this to my collection. This is another book that I was going to get from Barnes and Nobles before the whole quarantine thing started, but it didn't happen. So yeah, because sometimes I try to get the book from the library first, read it to see if I like it enough to actually purchase it, because I don't want to purchase, like, sometimes I just don't want to purchase a book and it's a bad book and then now I'm stuck with this book. Like, I don't want to do that. So I rather a lot of times go to the library, pick up the book, because one of my local libraries, they get in like the new books that come out that you would see in Barnes and Noble, so they get those books first. So since they get those books, I check those out, and half the time it's like they just will have just came in and sat on a shelf, so and no one else has touched them yet. So those are like the perfect kind of books, the perfect time to like get those books, because you'll be the first one to actually touch those books before, you know, people's germs and all that other good stuff. So yes, I have gotten a few that way, and I try to read those. Like, I read them, see how I like it. It's just basically like I take the book for a test drive, and then if I like the book enough, I will actually go spend my hard-earned money on it and purchase the book. The next one is The How and the Why by Cynthia Hand, and this has to do with two friends, or it was, I think it's told from like dual perspectives or something. And honestly, I don't remember what it was about. I hadn't read it, but yeah, it's something about two friends or different time periods or something, like, I don't remember, whatever. But, and then this is the one, oh, I can't wait to read, and I've been putting this on hold to get into this, and and this is All American Muslim Girl, and it's by Nadine Jolie Courtney. That's actually 3 first names. Those are 3 first names. That's very weird. Well, not weird, but just interesting. What if I'm not always a good Muslim? So this is a coming of age story about a Muslim girl who has to figure out who she is outside of her race, because not outside of her race, outside of her religion. I can't remember. I think that's what the premise of it was, but which honestly attracted me to the book, and so I can't wait to finally actually get to read this. Although I've had this book and it's been on my TBR a few times, but yes, I'm actually going to read this book next month, since I'll be giving these books back. Or maybe not, I don't know. Well, we'll see. And then this book I won. Let's see. I think this is one of the books that I had gotten from BookCon, because they did BookCon online, so you were able to sign up for certain books to get ARCs of, and I won a few books, and I think this is one of them that I had gotten in. So this is The Magic Fish by Truly Guyan, and this is a graphic novel. This is cute, and this is from Penguin Random House, so thank you. I'm excited to read this. I can't wait. Real Life Isn't a Fairy Tale. I'm excited. I can't wait. This comes out October 13th. It's a young adult graphic novel. I am like super excited. Look at it. It's cute, right? And then, like, I don't know if you can see that. So it's black and white, which is fine. So I can't wait for this. It's Najuin. There was a kid in my class who had the same last name. But I don't remember how to pronounce it because she didn't even know how to pronounce it. So this was from, yeah, so this was, yeah, I keep saying that, yeah, it was, this was, yeah, oh, okay, yeah, so, okay, so that was from BookCon, and that was one of the books that they had sent me that I had won from their book selection things. I had actually gotten a few books, but that was the only one that I actually got in, so I'm concerned. But nevertheless, moving on is my Fairy Loots. So Fairy Loots, I'm excited. This is their May box. So let's see what goodies they have inside. Here we go. You ready? So let's do this. Everything just fell out. That's great. That's awesome. That's amazing. Okay. Just falls. Everything fell out. Okay. That's perfect. Exactly what I wanted to happen. So yes, all right, so Arabian Nights. So for this, the funny thing is I was actually going to dress up and all that other good stuff, but then I was like, you know what, I don't live alone, so that's fine. I can't wait to live alone, and then I will probably do some dressing up for these videos, and I can't wait. All right, so here's a spoiler card, and it says where the theme for May's box is Desert Dreams, and so we're so excited to share this amazing bookish 10. This is this bookish 10, and it says, we hunt the flame, the light in the darkness, the good this world deserves. And this is Hafsha Fizal, and that's from the We Hunt the Flame. I just opened it. I'm like, okay, what is this? So it's an actual 10-10, which is cute. Okay. So we're so excited to share this amazing bookish 10 designed by Chatty Nora with you. The work of art is inspired by We Hunt the Flame by Hafsha Fizal, and we love how it looks. It's perfect for storing anything from tea leaves to trinkets. This is true. I think I will probably put tea in this though. The next one is can you see the artwork? That is some thought. They put a lot of thought into this. There's no such thing as just a story. Alwyn Hamilton, I think. Okay. We previously featured some kitchen utensils and cutlery, but we thought there was something missing. So we would like to introduce you to the bookish wooden spoon, engraved with a design by Kid Peddlers. It features a quote from Hero of the Fall by Alwyn Hamilton. This is huge. So I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but yes. So it says, often the mightiest things have the humblest beginnings, and this is by S.J. Chabarty? No, Shakbarty? I can't pronounce that name. So let me stop. Okay. So that's this. Okay, so to expand our tea towel collection, we are sending you this gorgeous one designed by Evie Bookish and inspired by the city of Brash by S.A. Chabarty. I said that wrong. I just like totally chopped that. Cut that up because that was terrible. You can also hang it up on a wall. We always love a multi-purpose item. This is true. That's true. That's true. The next is this, and it's Magic Desert Salt, triple blend luxurious bath salts, relaxing and soothing, sandalwood scent. I'm not gonna open. Can I open it without opening it? Okay, okay. Ooh, that's a strong scent. I mean, it's light and airy, but it's a very strong scent. At least from my nose it is. Okay, so make sure you take time to relax. In your box, you will find some gorgeous desert bath salts to soak your worries away. These bath salts were made by Little Heart Gifts, and no worries if you do not own a bathtub. You can use these for a foot soak to give your feet the rest they deserve. Okay, can't wait. So next is this candle. It's the Tribal Desert inspired by An Ember in the Ash by Sab Tahar. I can't place the smell. It smells nice though. Okay, so relax and set the mood with the beautiful Tribal Desert candle inspired by An Ember in the Ashes series by Saba Tahar. They were hand poured by the amazing Wicked and Fable, and they will make your room smell delightful. Okay, this is next. You can't choose what happens to you, but you can choose who you become because of it. And The Forbidding Wish, Jessica Oury. Okay. As the days are becoming sunnier, we thought it would be fun and useful to include a sunglass pouch so you can always protect your pair of shades. It features a beautiful quote from The Forbidden Wish by Jessica Oury, designed by Kitster Kronk. Okay, and our two tarot cards, 3 of Cups and 4 of Cups. And that's the 4 of Cups. 3 of Cups. Okay. This month's featured tarot cards are the 3 and 4 of Cups. They are designed by the very talented at Gabriella.Judoso and are inspired by the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. And here we go. Throw that away. Over there. Alright, let's see. We have some stuff in here. Okay, so I'm trying not to look to see what the book is. And we have this. Dear Fairy Loot Reader. Okay. And then this is the Fairy Scoop, Desert Dreams, and then it tells you next month's theme. So next month's theme, a different kind of magic. We are excited to reveal the June theme for our monthly box, and it is a different kind of magic. We all love magic, and this month we wanted to celebrate unique magic systems, magic that is a little out of the ordinary or not quite what you have come to expect. The types of magic that make you think, that make you wonder, that make you wish. You can expect items inspired by the Bone series. The Bone season, Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Starless Sea, The Shadow Between Us, Alice in Wonderland, and Blood Heir. We are thrilled to reveal that this box will have 2 books. The second book in the box is a YA release that won't be released until spring 2021. And this beautiful paperback edition will have an exclusive foil filled cover and sprayed edges. Ooh, I can't wait. Our featured book of the month is a tale of destiny and sisterhood filled with shaman magic. In this epic story, newly awakened abilities are tested as darkness looms and the kingdom is on the brink of war. This Fairy Loot exclusive edition will have an exclusive cover, artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket, and will be signed by the author. Now I'm curious what the hell this book is. What book would that be? I'm curious. I'm excited. I can't wait to find out what book that is. If you have, okay, yeah, if you got a subscription, oh, cool. Okay, so I'm excited. I can't wait. And then we have a bookmark. I love bookmarks. Fairy Loot gives some great bookmarks. Alright, so here is the book. Are we ready? Ooh, and it has sprayed edges. I love sprayed edges. I love books with sprayed edges. Those are my thing. Okay, ready? All right, I'm excited. Melissa Bashardis. So let's see, what's her new book? Okay, so this is Girl Serpent Thorn. Sometimes the princess is monster. What was the first book to this? Okay, so we are so excited to bring you this beautiful edition of Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardis. It is a captivating story inspired by Persian mythology. In this original fairy tale, a girl is cursed to be poisonous to the touch, and it's truly a gem. This Fairy Loot exclusive edition has an exclusive cover, spray edges, artwork on the reverse of the dust jacket, and the amazing Orky, and is signed by the author. Don't forget to read the author letter and enjoy the gorgeous art. All right, so let's see. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, I am in love with this. This is phenomenal. This is pretty. This artwork is, I want to hang this up. I want to hang this up on my wall. This is so pretty. This, I just want to like frame it and put it on my wall. This is pretty. I'm not really feeling these at the spray color that they used. It's like a jade green color. You can see. So it's just plain. But other than that, it's plain and it's fine. Can you see it's on? Yeah. So I'm excited. Okay. Whew. I'm so excited. Okay, that was a good one. This was a good box. Well, Fairy doesn't really disappoint too often with their boxes, so I'm happy about that. Like, so I don't mind spending a little extra money, because especially for shipping and handling, because that shit's ridiculous. Their shipping and handling is kind of ridiculous for because they are overseas, I believe, and so they used to only be exclusive to overseas, and so then they became, yeah, so now they ship in the States, so shipping and handling is dumb expensive. But at the same time, well, Our Crate is the same way. Our Crate shit is expensive as hell too, but kind of worth it. I think it's worth it. Like, they give good things. Like, I can't wait for this candle to burn this candle. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with this spoon. I wish I could. I'm gonna have to drill a hole in it and just hang it up, because I know I ain't gonna use it. I know I'm not gonna use it. So, but anyway, all right. So last but not least, these books. Okay, so this is Once Upon a Time book club. This is big as hell. This box is big as shit. So this was, they had middle grade summer book club. Hold on, I gotta move this stuff. Okay, so they were doing a middle grade book club, and they had 3 books. And so of course I had to order it, because I love middle grade. And so this came in like last week, and I just never opened it, because I've just been lazy with my, as you can see, my unboxing with open. Okay, I see. I'm like, okay, how the fuck you open this? I'm just curious. I was curious, like, how the heck you open this thing? Here we go. All right, so now I'm curious, now that I done shook this up and dislodged whatever is inside. I've never gotten anything from Once Upon a Book Club. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I've never gotten anything from them before, so this is the first thing I've ever gotten from them. So I hope this is really, really good, and I'm really excited. Honestly, I like this box because it's a book. It looks like a book. It looks like a book, which always, and it says summer reading box. So I don't know, I may subscribe to them. I don't know. I got 2 subscriptions, 2 book subscriptions so far. I don't know if I need a 3rd. Because that, I feel like that increases my chances of getting repeat of books like I did without it. But anyway. Okay, let me show you what's inside. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it work. Okay. Yes. So this is what it looks like. Oh, my stuff got torn. Oh well. Okay, it says, "Dear reader, you are about to embark on a very special reading journey. You will be able to experience the magic of what it is like to be fully immersed in a book. Join us on this incredible adventure by only opening your gifts when you reach the sticky note on the given page. We promise it will be worth the wait. Happy reading Once Upon a Time." It requires magic, that things we all possess. Elaine Adams, The Rubicus Prophecy. That's the only thing, is because they have like these gifts, but they are very specific. That's one thing. Okay, that's one thing that drives me crazy about Once Upon a Time book club, is like they have like these special, it's cute and everything, but it's like they want you to open them at certain points. I ain't got time for that. I'm excited. I want to open these things right fast and in a hurry. So when I get to page 130, the Blue Witch, I can open this. So find the blue star setting, close your eyes and make a wish. So I don't know what this is, but I'm like hella excited. So when I get to page 130 of the Blue Witch, I can finally open this. And it's like the excitement is there, but it's just like it kills me because I want to read it. So it's 3 books. Oh, it's a series. Okay. So the Blue Witch, and then book 2 is the Rubrious Prophecy, and then the third one is Witch Wars, and these are all by Elaine Adams. This looked like some Harry Potter-ness. Not gonna lie, this is giving me some Harry Potter vibes. You know, JK was a little trash for what she did, but you know, whatever. Moving on, not a problem. See, the Flat Abbey Challenge. Read along with Abby's adventures in the Witches of Orkney series. Then take her on an adventure throughout your home too. Simply cut out the picture of Abby and bring her along as you use the list below, or come up with your own challenges. That's it. Cute. Okay, and then let's see, page 15 of Witch Wars. I can open that. Page 176 of Witch Wars. I want to know what this is. I so bad. Like, so I'm gonna have to read this book. So this will be a continuation video because I gotta read it. Okay, so page 57, the Blue Witch. I can open that. And then let's see. This is page 192. And this is page 57, but it's already ripped. I feel like I should cheat, but that's not good, right? I don't know, it seems like a toy of some sort. That's okay, I can give it away. Anyway, so this is, yes, so that is all for so far for my unboxings of things, right? Yes, that's all I got. So I'm excited. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back. So this is part 1 of my unboxing for the Once Upon a Time books. Well, it'll be another part to this because I'm gonna open these things as I read along, because you know, if you expect kids to do it, then you need to follow, you need to do the same thing. So lead by example, right? All right, so till next time, thank you for watching. Peace out. I am, as you can see, at work, so this is an at work video. And so today's video is the mid-year book freakout, and this has been done on various YouTube channels or booktube channels throughout YouTube. I've seen a few. This is the first one I've ever done because this is my first year on booktube. So yes. All right, so the first one is, what is the best book you have read so far in 2020? So the best book I've read so far, I think I would have to say is, I have one too many books. Okay, so I think the first one is Slay, and that is by Brittany Morris. Oh my gosh, I love that book. So so I'm gonna just gush about it because it's about this black girl who decides to find a world where that is just perfect. Sorry, let me back up. So it's about a black girl, of course. She has this vision of okay, scratch that. Okay, so my the best book so far for me for 2020 is Slay by Brittany Morris, and that is about a black girl who decides to create this virtual world. It's a video game, basically a safe space for black people, because she was tired of basically all these racists behind video games, that it really wasn't a place for you to be a person of color without being harassed and trolled. So she decided to create her own world. It was kind of like Ready Player One in a way. And so she creates this world, but then something happens in the real world which basically shines a light on the game Slay, and then people have basically an issue with it, saying how it's racist and basically it's for only certain people, which is to say, because their thing was that the other video games are inclusive, but they're not really inclusive, and this one is exclusive. So basically it was just white people get a dose of their own medicine. But you know, whatever, they want to cry a river when it's done to them. But we are having a issue, but you know, we're being but black people, if they do the same thing, it's oh, you know, it's a whole issue. It's a whole nother issue, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, it is, if you have never read that book, Slay, it's a phenomenal book. It is a quick read. You would love it. I love the book. And then another book that I have to say thus far was my best book was, it's just I have too many to just narrow it down to just one. But let's say Queenie, and that book did a phenomenal job. Queenie by Candace Carty Williams, and it's about a black British woman. I think she's Jamaican. I'm almost certain she's Jamaican, and she has some mental health issues, and it's basically just her getting her whole life together and seeking the help that she needs, and really discovering who her real true friends really are. And that book was amazing, and I'm so glad I read it. The next question is, what is the best sequel you have read so far in 2020? And a sequel that I've read A Dream So Dark, and that is by L.L. McKinney. And that is the sequel to what was the name of the first book? I can't think of the name of the first book. Oh, A Dream So Black, I think. Something like that. Something like that. Anyway, it is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and the main character is a lesbian, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, but yes, and she is just a phenomenal killing machine, and she just is not afraid to get her hands dirty, and she winds up in this world of realizing that she can see monsters, and so she basically enters the rabbit hole, and then she's pretty much trained to be a soldier, I believe, or some sort like that, to defend the Wonderland. And basically she hunts like these dream monsters, and oh, my leg itch. Sorry. So she hunts like these dream monsters because they were coming into the real world, and they were killing people, I believe, but people couldn't see them because they were like shadows and something of that nature. And I read this book in like March, so it's now June, so like I could vaguely remember it, like I really need to reread it, but yeah, anyway, but I did love the book, and that was a really good sequel, and I can't wait for the next book. I think it's the last one. I think it's a trilogy, I think. But anyway, so the second one is, what is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to? A new release that I haven't read yet is, I'll have to say, Grown, and that is by Tiffany D. Jackson. So I have the advanced copy. I have not read it yet. Only because like I started it, but I had so many other books at the time because I had got it last month. And I had so many other books to read, and I couldn't give it the time that it needed. So I had put it down, and I haven't gone back to it yet, and I feel so bad. So I need to get back to that book. But the first 3 chapters that I've read of it is amazing. And it comes out in September, and I just have to finish reading this book. But I'm actually gonna put it on my next TBR. I have to, because it is just, I have to read this book. But it's, just from the 3 chapters alone, just thinking about it makes me want to just pick up this book. But it's, so the synopsis of it is basically this girl who wants to be a singer, and it's basically told from past and present. So it's told in 2 different time frames. So it's how she wound up where she is in a present, and then it's showing present day of what happened. So this, it kind of reminds me of the flashbacks going back and forth, kind of reminds me of her first book, Allegedly. And if you read Allegedly, honey, the ending of Allegedly was like, what? Yeah. So I could just imagine what this is going to be like. So, but I love her books. I love Tiffany's books. She, so far, I believe she has 3 to 4 books out. I'm almost certain. Yes, but anyway, so yeah, wait, so she has Allegedly, then Monday's Not Coming, that was the second one, Let Me Hear the Rhyme was the third one. Yes, this is her fourth book. Grown is her fourth book. So I'm excited to, I gotta read it, and then I'm gonna gush about it because I know it's just gonna be phenomenal. So I want to read that one. And then another new release that I can't, oh my god, it's like a few of them. Okay, so another one is, it had just came out June 2nd, and it's called A Song Below the Water, and that is by Brittany Morrow. I can't remember if it's Morrow or Moreau. It's one of them. But yes, so this is about, basically it's black sirens, basically. And I started reading it, and it is amazing. So yes, so it's a beautifully written book. And so it's about a siren, and something happens. Because sirens are not well liked because of their reputation of tempting men to their deaths, basically. So this girl hides her identity, but this woman had wound up dead, and they found out that she was a siren. And then I guess something happens. I haven't read the rest of this book, so I just know that I need to finish reading this book. But yes, that one. And then what's another one? It was another book. Well, I know there's another book that I can't wait to be released. Let me see. Okay, so another book that I can't wait to be released is called Cinderella is Dead, and this is about, basically, and I can't wait for this book to be released. Cinderella is Dead. It comes out July, it comes out July 7th. I'm almost certain. Let's see, that was 3. Next one is, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? I already talked about those. And that is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. There's another one that comes out in the second half. Well, that, yeah, I just talked about it. That, Cinderella is Dead, and there's another book. I can't think of it now. But yes, okay. So what was the biggest disappointing book so far? My biggest disappointment was that would have to be In the Hall by Diana Peterford, and oh my god, which is basically, it was a young adult book based on Clue, the movie Clue, the game Clue. It was based on that. It was just terrible. I can't even get into it. I don't even want to talk about it. It was just a terrible book. I just was very disappointed, highly disappointed in it. So let's see, the next one is, what was the biggest surprising book so far? Surprising book for me. Biggest surprising book so far. Surprising as in surprisingly good or surprisingly bad? I'm gonna go with surprisingly good. And that was Get a Life, Chloe Brown. Well, of course I've heard the hype of it, but I love this book. But that would be Get a Life, Chloe Brown. it was, I did like the book. They it was a plus size black main character, and she wanted to, she had she had a disability. It was, I mean, not technically a disability, but it was a she had a cystic fibrosis, I think, and she dealt with it basically. It was told very beautifully. It was well written, and she wanted to be on her own. She lived with her family for so long, and they were, you know, kind of nosy all in the business, and they just thought she was going to fall on her face. What prompted her was because she almost died. This happened in the very beginning of the story, and so that prompted her to want to basically start her life basically. So she moved out of her family's house, and everyone just knew that she was going to be moving back in within a few weeks or even a month, and she didn't. She struck out on her own, and she did what she had to do. And who was your favorite new author? My favorite new author, debut or new to you? My favorite new author, gosh, I don't know. Who is my favorite new author? Favorite new author, it would be Brittany Morris, who wrote Slay. Also, it would be Kwame Mbale, who wrote Tristan Strong. Tristan Strong is a middle grade book, and it's basically about a black boy who who is a boxer, I should say. He's a boxer. He lost his best friend, and he, for the summer, goes to his grandparents' house, and he his best friend had written all these stories down about black heroes basically. So it's like folk tales basically. So it's about black folk tales and West African folk tales, I should say, to be more specific. And he accidentally basically knocks a hole into the world, and yeah, so it's a phenomenal world. I can't wait for the second book. The next question is, who is your new fictional crush? New fictional crush. I would have to say I don't have a fictional crush. At least not yet. Yeah, I don't have a fictional crush at the moment. So moving on. Who is your newest favorite character? Okay, so my newest favorite character, I would have to say, is Queenie, because she realized that she had a problem, and she knew that she needed to get help for her problem. So instead of just shying away from it and pretending that it doesn't exist, she went and got the counseling that she needed to better herself. And she finally saw herself in a different light, and she stopped letting guys treat her basically like garbage and like she was nothing. She realized that she did matter, as she mattered, and so she got the help that she needed to be a better Queenie. let's see. What books made you cry? Now this says books plural. Books that made me cry. When Dimple Met Rishi. That made me cry happy tears because it was just so cute. I'm a romantic. I'm a big softie at heart. So that made me cry happy tears. And let's see. In the Hall with the Knife made me cry angry tears because the book was so freaking it was just pissed me off. But sad tears, I would say, Between Shades of Grey, and that was my first ever Ruta Sepetys book that I've ever read, and it made me it just was like heart-wrenching. Oh my god, it was so heart-wrenching to me. It was just it was historical fiction, and it was just so sad and so gross and so intense. It was just like, oh my god. And it was just, I don't think I could just, walk away from that book, but I don't think I will ever get over that book. It was just heartbreaking, the things that happened in that book. It was just so freaking heartbreaking. It was just wow. But yeah, so that one. And let's see. Excuse me. I think that's it. Yeah. What's the next one? What is one book that made you happy? Oh, that made me happy. There's too many books that made me happy. So I would have to say one book that made me happy is a book I read recently. It was called crap, what was it called? Love-Hate Thing? No, what was it called? What's it called? Yes, it was A Love-Hate Thing. And it was by Whitney D. Garrison. And oh my goodness. Okay, so that was a hate to love story, of course. And it was about our two main characters, Tyson and Nandy. And it was just like, aw. So, I mean, it was kind of, it was just a lot, but I just finished reading it like, not too long ago. And it just, I don't know, it just made me happy. Because the love story was cute. It was basically Tyson grew up in a bad neighborhood, and a situation happened which he had to basically move into Nandy's house with her parents. He moved in with her family, I should say, and because of the situation that happened to him, and she couldn't stand him, although they were friends when they were like young. So like 10 years ago, they were friends, they were best friends. He would come over because he would come with his grandfather, who did the landscaping for the complex in which her Nandy's family lives in. So yeah, and they became friends then when they were younger, and 10 years later, fast forward basically, so now they're teens, and she just basically hated him and despised him. But this was before she knew what the reason behind him moving in with her family was. And still she kind of takes her a minute to warm up to him again and to trust him, and vice versa. But finally they get their stuff together, and they realize they love each other. So yeah. Okay, so let's see. What is the most beautiful book you have bought or received so far this year? The most beautiful book I've bought, I would have to say, is A Song Below the Water. Because the cover is beautiful. I love the cover. It's a beautiful cover. Such a beautiful cover. The two black girls on the cover, and they're underwater. Yeah, just amazing. And let's see. And the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? It's one too many books that I need to read by the end of the year. It's a whole crap ton. So yeah, it's a bunch of books I need to read, and then there's a bunch of books that I'm going to probably be buying, especially black authors, because they have so many books coming out this year that I just can't wait to get my hands on it, and I can't not wait to read them. Yes, black authors, we are doing our thing. I'm not a black author, but I mean, I could be in the future. Who knows what the future really holds, but yes. But for right now, just my black authors, you're doing your thing, and I can't wait to read half the books that you guys are producing, and I'm excited, and I can't wait for it. I live for it. Yeah, we also need to get some more black young adult books out there. I'm just putting it out there. More black, did I say young adult? I didn't mean to say young adult. I meant middle grade, sorry. We need more middle grade black books out there, because we need to educate these babies. You know, they clearly ain't getting the education that they need, so half the time in the school systems. So we need to get on that. We need to educate these babies. So we need more middle grade books, more, you know, young books. Like one of my favorite children's books is My Hair. I think it's, or Love My Hair or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, there was another book, and it was about hair, and the little girl, she, like, my niece loved this book, and I love this book, and her hair was magical because it was so big and bushy, and it had like, it was like, had birds in it, and she could do all these things with it, and it was just like, and she just had no cares in the world, and she just sang her song, and she was the friendliest little black girl in the world, and just so happy. And we need more black positive books out there for our children, so they can see their faces in these books instead of other faces in these books. I mean, which is nothing wrong with it, but we need more of our face in these books. But yeah, so that's the end of my mid-year freak out book tag, and I'm so excited for doing it this year. Hopefully I can do it again in years to come. So thank you for watching. Till next time.